Who's that? Commander Claw. Who's bad? Commander Claw.
Welcome back to another episode of Breaking Brews. I'm your host, Commander Claw. We're going to get straight into this video. 5 cards for the new Sonic Secret Lair, and we are going to be talking about Knuckles the Hedgehog, the Echidna, Mono Red Commander, and you already seen it. We got to have an alternative win con and get all those treasure tokens, 30 of them to be exact. We're going to talk about Knuckles for 2 and 2 red, 2/4 body, legendary Echidna warrior. He's got double strike, the best keyword in the game, right? Then he's got trample. Then he's got haste. Then he says whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. Yes, that is the professional face breaker, which is a mono red creature, right? That has that same ability. But Knuckles has Treasure Hunter, right? At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 30 or more artifacts, you win the game. Oh, my first thought as you plan on brewing this commander, he is a Voltron commander, right? You want to boost his power so he can deal combat damage, commander damage to be exact, right? He's already got double strike, so it should be easy to load him up with aura enchantments that give you +1/+1 for each mountain you control, right? Or the artifact equipments that just boost his power, but also take advantage of dealing combat to players, and you get to create a treasure token. And that goes for each player, right? So if he has double strike, he hits a player twice for each strike. Bop 1 time, bop 2 times, that's 2 treasure tokens. Now, if each of your creatures have double strike and they attack each of your opponents, total 3 opponents, that's bop, bop, 2 there, bop, bop, 2 there, bop, bop, 2 there. That's 6 treasure tokens on 1 turn. That's what we're trying to do here, right? Take advantage of creatures and have creatures deal damage. Otherwise, get your 30 artifacts and win the game. Easy to do, right? Until that player plays a Vandal Blast and destroys all of your artifacts. So in order for us to get these treasure tokens and mana ramp, we gotta have creatures. Gotta have creatures that multiply themselves. So Gold Dust Triad for 4 and red, 4/3 body. It is a dragon. It has flying and it has myriad, right? Myriad is whenever this creature attacks for each opponent other than the defending player, you may create a token copy that's tapped and attacking that player or a planeswalker they control. Exile a token at the end of combat. Then it says, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. So if we got Myriad and we're making multiple copies of the dragon and they deal 1 damage, if they deal damage to your opponent, you get to make a treasure token for each opponent that has been dealt damage. Good, good, good. All you need is, double strike on each, dragon. That would be amazing. And you'd be creating those 6 treasure tokens because you dealt 2 forms of damage. So I'm not done talking about it just because I wanted to show you a picture to give you a visual representation of what that possibly could look like. It sounds good, but it looks good too. Look at that. 3 treasure tokens, 3 opponents if you dealt damage to them. Knuckles has double strike, so you're going to get in twice. That could be 4 tokens, right? I forgot the enchantment that gives all your creatures double strike. It's out there. It's a red enchantment card. Probably a good ad. So look, if you've seen the Secret Lair, you saw the card Knuckles Gloves, right? I just got to show you what the card really is. The Reaver Cleaver for 2 in a red, legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has trample. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, create that many treasure tokens. Equipped for 3. This is awesome, great synergy to get you to your 30 artifact mark for you to win the game as your alternate win con with Knuckles the Echidna. So you gotta love the flavor text here. It says, time for a Knuckles sandwich, Knuckles the Echidna, right? He's got his Knuckles glove, Knuckles sandwich, pop, pop, deals damage, double strike. However, just know that you're probably going to add this on other creatures because Knuckles already has double strike. But, if you pay for the Secret Lair combo pack, whatever it may be, if you get your hands on it, this card comes with it. Great card. Don't act like you don't remember the theme song or the intro song when you uploaded the game Emerald Hunt by Knuckles. Then you hit the option screen. It kind of sounded like Jumping the Line by Harry Belafonte. Anyways, that's what we're doing with this part of the section. We're trying to get these 30 artifacts on the battlefield so we can win the game. So let's talk about some cards that drop artifacts onto the battlefield. Now, we all know Treasure tokens are going to be the fastest way to have artifacts on the battlefield, and they still have a payoff even if a player tries to hit us with a Vandal Blast or destroy all of our artifacts. We can sack them and generate mana. But you know what? There are draw card spells that create treasure tokens, and y'all already know what they are. Not going to go over them too much. Big Score, Unexpected Windfall, Pirate's Pillage. Let's move on. Now, we all know treasure tokens are going to... Now, since we are racing to get our 30 artifacts on the battlefield, we got to put some pressure on our opponents. We just can't let them get comfortable and not feel like we can't deal damage. I'm going to bring you Fathom's Fleet Swordjack for 3 in a red, 4/3 body, creature, or pirate. Whenever Fathom Fleet attacks, it deals damage to the player or planeswalker it's attacking equal to the number of artifacts you control. Then it has Encore for 5 in a red. Exile this card from your graveyard. For each opponent, create a token copy that attacks that opponent this turn if able. They gain haste. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step only as a sorcery. I know it doesn't generate treasure tokens, but you're taking advantage of artifacts or treasure tokens that are on the battlefield on your side. So if you got 10, oh, what do you know? It's going to be dealing 10 damage upon attacking your opponents. Oh my gosh. That could win you the game instead of going for your alternate win con. You remember when you got to this point of the game, you just hit the signpost and it spins and it finally stops and it says Knuckles with a thumbs up. Yeah, we're almost to our win con here. And I just want you to see this screen. You know, you got to premeditate the victory. Let's talk about some more cards that get us these artifacts. Now let's make this quick. We're going to start with the easy stuff on the right-hand side. We got to have Zorn for 2 in a red, 3/2 body, elemental creature. If you would create 1 or more treasure tokens, instead create those tokens plus an additional treasure token. Okay, cool. Academy Manufacturer right here in the middle for 3 mana, 1/3 body. He's an artifact himself, so he'll count. He says, if you would create a clue, food, or treasure token, instead create 1 of each. So you create a treasure token, you get a clue and a food. That's 3 total tokens. Now, we got to talk about Descent into Avernus. If you have never played this card, I will tell you right now, this card speeds the game up. Actually, it expedites the game. It says, hey, everybody, if you are not going to play your cards, you will lose the game. But somebody's going to win the game because we're dealing damage and we are mana ramping. And I say we as in everybody. Descent into Avernus for 2 in a red. Enchantment. It says at the beginning of your upkeep, put 2 descent counters onto descent. Then each player creates X treasure tokens, and Descent into Avernus deals X damage to each player, where X is the number of descent counters on Descent into Avernus. These descent counters add up quick. Everybody lets it fly for the first round, but when it starts becoming 3, 5, 7, game over. That's it. So we got Knuckles. My opinion on him, he's going to be a very fun commander. You should build him where you're chasing the treasure hunter ability, trying to get 30 artifacts. That's what you need to do. Because mono red, it may not survive. It's going to take out at least 1 player. The reason why they gave him haste and double strike and trample, because he's an on-site kill commander, and it's going to be easy to get rid of him. I mean, how many red spells counter or deflect removal? Not many, right? But you know what? You think 30 artifacts is not a lot? It's not a lot. It's not a lot. Players can do that quickly, especially if your opponents don't play removal. So, overall, I think he's a very fun commander. Definitely try to build him. See if you can get your 30 artifacts and actually win this alternate win con.